Yeah, for sure. Oh, my bad. Let me start by saying thank you to the Spanos family, Tom Telesco, Coach Stay for believing in me, uh, blessing me with this opportunity. So I'm excited to be here, and yeah, for sure, it's for sure. It feels weird to stay here just because I was expecting to leave like somewhere to the East Coast. Like some of my agents just telling me like, get ready to move, Tuli. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I'm gonna be home, so I'm good to go.
Were there East Coast teams that just leading up to the draft that talked to you more or expressed more of an interest?
It's just something my agent told me. But then a lot of them did pick edges like early on, so that's when we knew that was at the door.
Well, the pro day that you had here with the Chargers, what was that like? And because they said that you impressed them there and everything, so what was that like to come here and obviously be able to do the workout and meet with the team?
Well, I actually didn't do the workout. I just came here. We had our team meeting, talked to Coach Day a little bit. I for sure talked to Coach Smith a lot that whole time. So yeah, it was a good experience just picking their brain about the game and how the players here approach it, and that's how it went.
Tuli, did you and Dan, did you guys know each other before this? Did you growing up in the same area?
Oh no, I mean the first time I talked to him was at the combine.
Okay.
And we wanted when he was at Nevada, and then we wanted him to come to SC, but he chose some other school. So, but yeah, that.
You never played against each other growing up?
Nah.
What for you is it like? I mean, when you were in high school, when the NFL returned to Los Angeles, so what's it like for you to kind of played in high school, college, and then now be a pro in the city? Or one of those first kind of generation of new young talent to do that.
Sure, I don't know how. It's just, man, I'm just excited to stay home. Ain't nothing. It don't feel weird or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
Did you have a favorite NFL team growing up?
When I actually was a fan of the Rams when they first moved back to LA, but then like I stopped liking them. When I started playing at SC, probably after my sophomore year, so I didn't have no team coming into the draft. So yeah.
You a big Lakers fan?
Yeah, for sure. You got to represent.
Kobe?
What's that?
Kobe fan?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Have any of your teammates here reached out to you?
At the Chargers? Oh no, not yet.
What do you know about just Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack and those guys?
I mean, what's not to know? I mean, they're like two greats in the game, and I'm just excited to learn from them. Be right behind them and keep learning, picking their brain about the game, and hopefully get to their level. So that's what I'm excited about for sure.
And did you meet with Brandon Staley already today?
No, not today. Yeah.
So, how are you doing health-wise? I know you had a hamstring issue, right, that was kind of holding you back. So where are you at now in terms of that?
Yeah, we good to go. I'm ready for camp and all that. So, yes, sir.
You said you were playing cards and hanging out with family yesterday.
Mhm.
After you got the call, what did you end up doing? Just continuing doing that, or
Uh,
hanging out with family?
Yeah, actually, I was having trouble eating before. Like I was just too nervous to eat, but that's why I started grubbing after. And then we threw on the Laker game. So yeah, we was chilling the whole time.
Oh, so what kind of food was there?
I was eating pizza. To keep it simple. We had like some Korean barbecue stuff around there. We had a bunch of Tongan food. Buffalo Wild Wings. They set some wings over. So yeah, we was just grubbing, have a good time.
Do you feel like there's one game last year that really solidified, your standing to be an All-American, Defensive Player of the Year and everything?
When I dropped 3 sacks versus Wazoo. Nah, I was playing. Nah, I don't think there's a specific game. I think my whole season said what I accomplished after the season. So yeah, I think that the whole season showcased what I like earned at the end of the season.
What about that Friday night game against Colorado? I think he had like 2-3 sacks in that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some sacks. Sacks is good, but like I pride myself in doing everything, stopping the run, running to the ball. So yeah, so I'll say the whole season for sure.
You guys look amazing. It might just be the lights. But before I start, I want to say thank you to the Spanos family, Tom Telesco, Coach Bailey, for having me here. I mean, for keeping me home. That's the biggest thing for me is like I get to be home and get to do what I love in the place that I grew up in. So that's big for me.
Can you take us through your draft
I mean, hey, so one, the house was packed. It was a lot more people than a house should have in it. Even though it was a nice sized house, I feel like we just had a lot of people. It was a lot of people I loved, a lot of people that I knew from like, very long time ago, and a lot of people I never met before a day in my life. But regardless, it was a lot of fun. And when I got that call, it took time to get them to settle down. But after the call, it erupted right back again to where just excitement and joy, because everybody knew like, oh, he's home. But I had to like tell him after like, I'm home, but y'all ain't gonna see me for real, so calm down.
Was it your parents' home, or where was it?
No, so my auntie, she let us use a house and towards the valley.
So who were these people you didn't know?
I still don't know, man. a lot of handshakes, daps, love, hugs. Regardless, I know that every single person in that building was there for me, and the support is always welcome, no matter who it comes from. I accept support. I accept, because I know I don't do anything or say I've done anything alone, especially along this journey. So, just anyone and everyone that was there is big for me.
We saw the video, obviously, but what were you feeling when you received the phone call from the Chargers?
Ah, man, a breath of fresh air. I had spoke about this a little bit earlier, but I was wearing all leather. I don't know what was the bright idea behind that, but I was in all leather on one of the sunniest days in LA, and I was just in there melting. Now, I didn't want to look uncomfortable because I'm like, there's cameras around, but I was in there melting. So when I got the phone call, it was like the phone call gave me just like some AC vibes. Like straight AC came out the phone, and I was like, man, whoever talking to me, you giving me fresh air right now. And then turns out I was talking to Telesco, and I was like, man, it's really happening. It's really happening.
For your family, what does this mean for you to make it to the NFL?
It's just the beginning. Just to start. As big of a moment as it is, I think we're all on the same page knowing that this is only the start of a longer journey.
You played numerous positions.
Yeah.
How has that kind of helped you grow as maybe a linebacker, getting to see the field from different positions?
Exactly that. Just being able to play so many different positions, being on the offensive side of the ball first, and then moving to defense, I've been able to see the football field from all types of perspectives. And just learning the game that way helps you be more, capable to do one job because you know so many jobs on that football field. And then when you take it to like a even farther extent, it's just techniques. That's really what changes, because each position requires a different technique. But the mental, the brain, the aspect of that, like learning, it makes it just that much more easy.
How would you categorize your game?
I would definitely say fast flowing to the ball, just meaning that I'm always about the ball. I'm always trying to get the ball, and I'm sideline to sideline. And then a downhill force, when I can make a hit, I'm going to do it. And then fun. I'm out there to ball, talk a little something, on the side, and make sure my teammates is on the same page as far as, we out here to win this game and have fun doing it.
How much did going to Washington State kind of elevate your game last year? Because you
Man.
followed your linebacker
Yeah.
coach and D
Yeah.
coordinator there?
Yeah, so I had to go to Washington State because I didn't want to go to USC. This is really the only reason. I just didn't want to go to USC. Like, what is a Trojan? What is it? So I went to Washington State, and with the know of like my linebacker coach is going to be there, I spent a lot of hours extra just after practice, after games, just talking to my coach and being able to understand the process of becoming a better linebacker. So it was like very like a monumental step for me as far as being a better linebacker and player. So going to Washington State meant everything, or shall I say not going to USC meant everything. Yeah.
You want to be a Bruin?
Oh, a Bruin? Oh, I didn't even get that offer, so it was never, no doubt. I did not want to be a Bruin.
Why did you go to USC?
Why did I want to? Because Tuli was there. That would be the correct answer, but the political correct answer would be Tuli was there.
You're the son of a pretty famous father. What has he meant to you, and what do you think this means to him for you to make it to this level?
So for my dad, I know that for him it's like, the other day, he's a pretty famous guy, but he's known to be around famous people. And the other day, he wanted me to go to Topgolf, and I didn't want to go to Topgolf, but he was like, bro, you're the only famous person I know right now. like, come with me to Top Golf. So I think for him and me, is like, I got a son who's actually doing something I can be proud of. He has three sons total, and for him, he feels like he put a lot of time and effort into my journey and my process, and he did. So a lot of credit goes to him, and I have to continuously show him the love and respect that he deserves, because without him, I wouldn't be in this position, and that includes my mom. But on that note, I might be one of the most famous people he know now. So it's just crazy just to be on the flop side of that aspect.
How excited are they that they don't have to travel very far to go see you?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, they're excited. They're very excited that they don't have to sit there and find somewhere to travel. I mean, some travel plans, get on that plane or whatever. And as much as I'm excited, I got to figure out how to keep my mom away from my address. So if you guys have any ideas on how to hide an address from your mother, I need those tips.
Like Power Ranger chain, do you have it with you or no?
I don't have it with me. I was trying to, just keep it calm and chill vibes. The Ranger bring it out on, like, those lively events, but it's just near. So it kind of travels back to when I was a kid. My family, we big on karate. We was always like a karate family. We got a dojo and all that stuff. And as big as we were on it, I always elected to stay home to watch Power Rangers. This is like 7 years old, like very young. And my dad used to like get on my head for it. Like, he used to be like, you don't want to be, a part of the family in the right, aspect. And I'm like, man, like, Tommy finna go beat some butt. And then fast forward, I was just on Twitter, changing my alias all over the place, and my uncle was talking to me about like how it's Power Ranger, just good guys, and trusted people to do the right thing, and I was like, the Ranger, and then you can't be or have a name and not make plays. So I made some plays, and it kind of just stuck.
Are you close with Brandon Meebane at all?
Yeah, he actually texted me, so I have to text him back. So if he sees this before I text him back, I might be in trouble. So I hope he doesn't see this before I text him back.
What kind of influence has he had on you?
I mean, for the most part, just seeing him come from the same section as me, play in the same city as me, and to go as far as he did. We're talking about a vet, a guy who spent countless seasons in the NFL. So he shows, not even shows, but he's going to show me the way. And I mean, like, the blueprint for being a vet. That's what he means to me. A guy who knows how to do it the right way. And we understand that this is a job, this is a profession, so every day you have to make the right decision, just to be where you are. And for the most part, it seemed like he did that. Now, I wasn't with him every day, but at the end of the road, he made it.
What was it like? Did you watch any of the FX series on your dad? And
Yeah.
just what was it like kind of seeing that history, and how much did you know leading up to it?
Man, when you meet my dad, just know that he loves to talk. His favorite topic is himself. So for everyone else watching that FX documentary, it was like, wow. For me, it was like, I heard that. Yeah, I know. All right, cool. It was just more so like seeing him on TV. That was the cool part. But I already knew half of those stories, and then the other stories, I just was questioning, like, who was there witnessing this? And why were they allowing this? This guy did a lot of stuff in his past and gets on me about having a C in class. So that's the type of dad I had. Where I look at that documentary, I'm already like deep in college, and I'm thinking like, hey man, you was wilding back then. Now I over here get scolded for having a C or leaving some trash somewhere, which I got can't do that. But anyway, yeah, that's how I feel about that one.
It seems like the thing he's most proud of, though, is you graduating from college.
Yeah.
With the degree.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Just because, like, in my family, it's not a lot of people who did that. Well, I really am the only one that did it in my intermediate family. So between my brothers, my little sister, she hasn't had the chance to yet, and my parents, I am the only one that did it. So for him, that's like one of the biggest staples. And just speaking on it, so if you watch the documentary, you kind of know the type of guy he was. So just going off of that, that's something he couldn't accomplish. Like, he couldn't have did it. No matter how smart he was, he went through so much he couldn't actually do it. So for me, I got to do it. And That's why he's that proud.
Have you ever seen a game at SoFi? I mean, you would have
Yeah.
had a chance to play there last year if you didn't opt out of the bowl game.
Yeah, okay, that is a thing. But I watched the Chargers game there versus the Rams where, vote up, maybe we won. I can say we now. I can actually say we for a team, and it means something, I say we for the Lakers all the time, and it means nothing because I can't talk to them in the locker room, but now I can say we, and it means something. But, yeah, so I was there for that, also there for the LA Bowl where I got to see my team, not win, but I was just happy to be there for the last game and just be a coaching spirit and also as a captain. So that's something that I'll never forget.
Growing up in LA, did you have a favorite NFL team?
Growing up in LA, did I have a favorite? No, I didn't. But fun fact: the first NFL game I've ever been to was the Chargers down in San Diego. That was like when I was like 13, 14, one of those ages. That was the first game I ever been to.
And then with the amount of time you spent in college, you're kind of an older rookie.
Oh man, dang! My bones are shaking.
I mean, how do you view that? Is that an advantage? Is it a disadvantage?
I like to say that it's an advantage just because how I broke it down to myself, because when people call you old, you got to make yourself feel good. So I like to say I got the wisdom of an older guy, but I have the health of a younger guy. If you look at my playing history, I don't have any injuries, and I haven't missed a game, so we're going to knock on wood, which I don't see around here. So we're going to do it in spirit, but I haven't missed a game, so the health of a younger guy with the wisdom of an older guy, put that together, and we hope in longevity.
You played quarterback in high school. I mean, I think you were everything, including the ball boy in high school.
That is a fact. You know me well.
Just when you're a defensive player and a secondary now linebacker, do you kind of still look at the game with a little bit of an offensive mindset?
Oh, 1,000%. As far as breaking down the possibilities, so just coming from quarterback and having that mindset, you're always looking at what the defense is offering you, what's given, because the play that that is going to be ran, you have to find the holes within the scheme, because we know that defenses show one thing, but then they'll give another thing when the play starts. So that whole aspect is something that I look to think about when I'm going against offense. But the biggest thing for me is the difference from being a linebacker and a QB is that I got to start with more controlled eyes, like a smaller box. I'm in the box, so I get to see a little bit more tighter window. So guessing or even knowing the possibilities off of film study, I'm much more like able to assume or be ready to react to a play that I know is probably going to come.
Your biggest impact this season might be special teams.
Okay.
And you were a core four player
Definitely.
at both schools. What did you enjoy about playing special teams?
Special teams, if you look at it, it's every football movement all in whatever special teams phase it is. It's like football, but like in extreme space. So that's something that I got from my old coach. Is like it's football in extreme space. So you have receiver movements if you have a gunner. You have linebacker movements if you're sitting there trying to rush, or edge movement. Edge movement. So this type of movements just based off of what position you're playing and what's happening. So I found love and joy in doing it, and that's why I was like always available for special teams, and why I will be available here for special teams, because I feel like there's joy, there's art to it. So that's how I feel about special teams, and I plan to make an impact on every down. So that means being on that field as a linebacker, being on that field as a gunner, as a whatever it may be for special teams, and as a linebacker is what I plan to do.